All right, hello, and hello everyone. Welcome again to yet another episode of Culture Salad Broadcast. I am your spokesman for today, UK. Thank you everyone for your applause, as mismatched as it may be. Today's topic is another brand of flavor of relationships. I'm not just talking about dating stuff, or I wouldn't have anything to talk about. We're talking. It's not just the relationships between a man and woman, but also parental, friendships, siblings, that sort of thing. Who would like to speak up first regarding which topic? Regarding which parents, sibling relationships, anything?
Yeah, maybe what's the stereotypical perception that people have of bad countries and the people in the relationships. I mean, for example, if we speak about Germany, I hear a lot, or I know that many foreigners think that Germans are blunt, a bit cold, and very direct. Especially I heard that a lot from Americans. When I did my exchange year, they prepared us socially when we go to the US, when we criticize people, to use the sandwich method. So, oh, yeah, I think you did this really well. I think you could improve this, but I think you really did this well. There's this was good, this was bad, you should do this better. Very straight and direct, I would say constructive. But in the US, it's very you have to be nice and positive. And to be honest, I feel like Korea is a little bit the same. You have to say things nicely, but in Germany.
No, it's not saying things nicely. It's how convoluted you can get away with criticizing somebody.
That or outright gaslighting.
Oh yes, one of those two.
Yeah.
A punch to the face or a very long-winded sidekick.
Right. Okay.
Real copy.
Okay. So let's dip into martial arts now. That's interesting to ask.
No. Anyways, I found it very different from Germany, and then Germans have in a parent-child relationship, it's the same thing, but also in dating relationship. Also, teacher-student is very really direct and honest. You just get right to the point and you say what your issue or point is or what you have to say, and then there's no beating around the bush.
Transparency is important, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's very funny. There's also a lot of memes about that. So when German parents get angry, it's I'm very disappointed in you. You did this wrong. You shouldn't have not done this. This is the reason why. But then Korean parents or Asian parents are the mom yells at you and gets really angry and screams at you. So this I would say stereotypical way. But in a certain way, I found that stereotypes, they don't come from anywhere. There's some root where it's kind of true. And so this is what I would say about Germany.
Speaking from experience in Vietnam, on the topic of parent-child relationships as in Vietnam, I was raised in a Korean. My parents, even though they were living in another country, they still believed in the Korean household thing, but they were a lot more lax. But what I observed from Vietnamese households, especially when I was a kid, is that they always seemed to be like a ant hive, if I were to put an analogy. Well, everyone has a part to play, even the kids. It was still a developing country, and people always had to make a living somehow, selling stuff in the streets, stuff like that. So everyone was kind of pitching in some sort of way. Everyone had a part to play. The little kids would try to draw in customers with their big eyes and cute looks, that sort of thing. While the middle kids would be in charge of bargaining, and the parents would be in charge of accounting and stuff like that. So it was a very cohesive whole, I would say.
And then
from a parent takes care of kid childhood, it was almost some parents, some families I saw were Darwinism sort of thing, every kid out for their own, despite being parents in the equation. Others, they did take care of them. It was kind of a very closely knit pack. Everyone took care of each other. Everyone. At least that's my take on it.
Yes, and can I ask you a question? What was your role in your family?
My role in my family? Well, I suppose. Interesting question, because I'm memories of my childhood. You're asking. I don't know. My memories isn't exactly all that sharp no more. But if I had to put a guess, I guess I was the international child in the family, because I was the only one that actually spoke decent English and just went out to meet English friends out among the family. Everyone else is just Mom, dad, my brother included, everyone just had their own little enclosed circle of Korean friends and stuff. I was the only one that actually went out and did some stuff that involved speaking.
No, yeah. Now that you say that, actually, what it reminds me of is like individualism.
Individual, yes.
Versus like in Asia, you have this like this like social thinking more.
Yeah.
But I think we should come back to that later. Then what about I don't know, U.S., Argentina, Korea? What's like there?
If you can't speak because of repressed trauma, we can't just. I can't really.
Repressed trauma.
Yeah, I can't. I do realize that Korean parenting can be a little excessive at times. There's been enough videos about that.
Yeah. What about Korea? How is it like? So,
I think the Korean parents are more like overprotective, like kind of conservative, and yeah, but I didn't comply to it, but yeah, if they're like really obsessed with like educating their child.
Yeah. Like for example, there's like the term like helicopter parents mother and tiger mother. Like, what do you think about these terms? Like, are they like wrong?
No, they're
correct. They're correct.
Especially in like
Yeah.
대치 목동,
Yeah,
like
kind of.
you know, like
So we have a term 대치맘.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
대치.
what he's the word.
What does that mean?
Like
Tetchi, it's a.
Tet치 is the name of the reason, and the mom is just
Yeah.
living,
it's
who is living in
대치 목동.
Tetchi.
It's like they're famous for the goon.
The cram schools. Like there are a lot of 시대인들 본거지 is in 대치동.
Yeah, so like I think there's this thing called 대치맘. 헬리콥터 맘.
Yeah.
헬리콥터.
But like
What is helicopter?
They hover over and like a helicopter.
They literally cannot give you a moment's worth of.
Yeah. Like from personal experience, like when I was in the English hagwon, I was teaching like a 3-year-old kid, and
What?
the mom was at the window, like, do this, study that. Like, let's say at the window, I was like teaching like this. You know,
How does a 3-year-old understand English?
no, it was like different concept of teaching. You know, I was playing, but then flashcards, puzzles, but it has like English words like ball, red, green.
I lived in the States when I was 3 years old, and my mom did not make me learn English.
Yeah. So this is like Korea, but then like it's like a two-bladed sword in a way. Like on the one side they push it very hard, but also I would say they love you, or like the affection you get is a bit more than for example you would get in Germany. Like I said, it's a bit very colder or directer. In Korea, then on the other side you get like.
You're pretty warmer than Germany, but I guess because of those reasons, like 대치맘 or something, these days I guess the bond of the child and the parents' relationship is getting weaker. Because they always push the children to do something or do something.
Yeah, that's correct. So like, you said like warmer. So warmer has a lot of different annotations. So like, you can be
Korea,
warmer,
sorry,
or you can be thrown into the fires of hellfire. Hellfire too.
He's not underselling it, unfortunately. He's
Yeah.
not underselling it.
Then what's like in Argentina like? In my imagination, it would be like maybe similar, a bit more similar to what DK said about Vietnam. Like it's like bigger families where everybody takes care and looks after each other.
No, actually, it's more like German.
Alright,
Yeah, they're more like not cold.
blunt, simple.
Yeah, I guess yeah. But for example, in my case, I am like a Korean family living in Argentina. So it was like a mix between Korean parents and Korean Argentinian parents too, because like culture was like messed up there in my family. For example, my dad had some Argentinian stereotypes too, because he used to work in Argentina and everything got puzzled. So my mom was a typical Korean mom, like the helicopter mom. So like yeah. And then my dad was like more free, He told me more transparently everything I had to do and stuff like that. Like just like Germany, I think.
But that's
But-
also like
Yeah, like in general, like in Argentina, for example, my parents' friends, they were more like warmer. They are like a friend to their kids, They're like more talkative. They used to talk about everything, and they don't care if they get punished or stuff like that. They're just like friends to each other. I think that's like very nice.
Yeah, but it's funny that you said that there's a difference between your mom and your dad. I think that's like a international standard. Like,
Yeah, that is.
can I sleep over at my friend's house and you 100% ask your dad? You never ask your mom.
Yeah.
No.
Like your dad says yes, and
Yeah.
then
Oh, it's like two no's, always.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
in Korea.
Like, whether I ask, no matter who I ask, you just no.
Oh, really?
So I just don't do what they say. Yeah.
So no sleepovers for you then.
There's a saying called it's easier to get forgiveness than to get permission.
Oh, that is
허가를 받는 것보다
harsh.
용서를 받는
That is
용서를
painfully
받는
true. Yeah.
저지르고
예.
do it and then
Yeah, so
you apologize
Mom,
for it.
I'm in Tokyo. I can't come home today. Bye.
I can only imagine.
And shut off the phone for like 15 hours.
Oh, that you. Oh, you.
What happens when you get back?
A lot of finger wagging.
A lot of finger wagging.
Like literally like finger like this.
But I think I do the same thing too. Like
Yeah.
I just do it and then like, oh 미안해 엄마.
I don't know how this happened, I'm sorry. I just closed my eyes and I saw they all that.
Yeah, unfortunately for everyone, I'm a lot more blunt. Yes, I did this. What are you gonna do about it? Well, when I was hitting puberty, like I got a lot more daring and less caring. So whenever I did something, I just did it. I did it straight up. I was like saying the truth to my parents. And, yes, I did this. What about it? My dad's going, all right, kid, you got balls. I'm not saying that per se. He didn't say that explicitly, of course. I mean, that would be kind of fun. That my mom and dad would even get it.
He could respect that.
Yeah, but he could respect my attitude. My mom not so much. Of course, I like, and well, yeah, I get tongue lashings. I'm surprised I didn't get tinnitus from how much I did that. I didn't get tinnitus, unfortunately, from how much my mother nagged me about it. But yeah, that's how my puberty went down. Nowadays, though, they're a lot more lax. They know, well, they know what I do. I'm gonna be responsible for it. All they do is just like make fun of me for it whenever I do something stupid, which is a lot, unfortunately. I won't go into detail though.
Yeah? No, but yeah, Henry, what do you think about that? Like,
At first, in my case,
Yeah.
I have like different kind of parents, like different stereotype of Korean parents. Yeah. My parents are not helicopter parents. They don't like care about my any study or playing and my life. They don't even know when is my suneung day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're right on the tag.
Yeah, so the day before the suneung day, I said, Mom, tomorrow is suneung, so you have to make my
도시락?
doshak, yeah, lunchbox, yeah.
yeah. But
신기하다.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, like that would be my question. Like compared to like other Korean parents, like what do you think it was good or not good?
I think sometimes it's good.
I think it sounds better.
Yeah, I think better than the helicopter mom. Sometimes good, but sometimes I feel like kind of 서운함. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
I was about to ask.
I have younger brother.
Younger brother.
Yeah.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I think that's the reason why.
So does your parent like do the same thing to your younger?
No, not at all.
Why?
I think I don't know.
Oh.
Brother has more
Confidence.
more 관심.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
He attracts more attention.
Yeah,
naturally.
more interest.
막내.
Yeah, 막내.
아.
Yeah. How's the relationship? Like, so we talked about like between like mom, dad, parents, child, but like what's like to your like siblings? Because Korea you have 형, 오빠, 누나. So like older sister, younger sister, like there's like some sort of hierarchy.
They all have like, they also have, you know, like you just said, we all have like separate names for it.
They're annoying.
Yeah. Thank you for your blunt opinion. That is much appreciated.
Like it sounds like you have some like
Personal experience.
Brother,
Yeah.
sister? Brother?
Sister.
You have a sister?
Younger or
Younger.
Older?
Very younger.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid. Can't
Come
imagine.
on, just play with her a little bit.
I think she was born in 2009,
I
2010.
I
Oh,
think
So
she
somewhere
was-
around like 2010.
So it's a
I do
bigger
not
age,
pay that much attention to her. She's very
Yeah.
annoying.
Mm.
Yeah. No.
For me, I guess comparing to the other country, in Korea there's a kind of hierarchy between siblings. For example, like I have a younger sister, and when she doesn't call me 언니, I get angry.
Oh really?
Then
Wow.
what if she calls you like yeah?
Yeah, or Taeyeon, then I get angry.
So would you say you're
It's very
conservative?
rude.
Would you say you're conservative?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I'm the only child, so I'm kind of like 부럽던데.
Oh,
No.
Well, there are some
I
plus sides,
think-
but I wager being an only child might be.
I mean, like the only plus side is that they're kind of cute until they're like 7 or 8. After that, they're demons.
Demons.
Well, suffice to say, none of that hierarchy exists with me and my younger brother. He's 4 years younger than me, but he's went through a variety of different experiences compared to myself, so he's, yeah. He and I are very informal. There's no 형님 or something.
형님.
Yeah, there's nothing like
That's
this.
조폭. That's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
That's not much.
Well, he's not overly deferral. He does his own thing, but see, what can I say? How best to describe this? He's very dense, I should say.
Dense.
Well, not dense as in like completely idiotic relationship wise. It's like when he does something, he's very stubborn, I should say.
Yeah.
That kind of
Like
density.
determinated.
Determinated, and he's also, shall we say, he's a bit. I think stubborn's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
When he's-
That sounds annoying.
I can't get him to do anything when I try to physically force him. He's as built as Alex over here, and yeah. And when I say he's built, he's very built. Pushing 190 centimeters with this kind of build is kind of scary, so I can't touch him. I need to when I need to like do something. I either need to like bribe him with something or just straight up like
Bribe.
yes, bribe. I'm not proud, but it's got to be done.
Like, do you bribe him like cash, card?
No video games. That's the only thing we bond over with. It's how we settle our own sibling disputes. Like you buy this, or yeah, come at me. Come at me, Street Fighter. I'll get you, brother. That's how we settle
So
sibling
that
disputes.
like if you beat him at Mario Kart, like it's a bribe.
Yeah, that's bribes too.
But doesn't he give you like 용돈 or something?
Yes, I do occasionally. I sometimes, during the special Lunar Day holidays, I give him. If I got cash in pocket, I send it to him.
Oh.
Very rich.
He doesn't do anything.
Do you guys hang out too?
Rare. It's mostly near PC bonds, but ever since we all, of course, we're siblings, we bond over video games. But ever since we got our own custom laptops, we just basically link up to we basically just play together on a single laptop. That's how we do get-togethers. We don't go out anymore.
Yeah. What is it like for you, Andres? Like,
I have a younger sister too, but she's like
How
2
is she?
years younger than me. Yeah. So the year difference is not that much, and I don't think we are like Korean siblings. You know, I don't get mad when she doesn't call me oppa or something. So we're just like more like friends. We actually have a really good relationship. We're like, yeah, we share everything. We hang out too. But I
Are
don't know.
you sure she's not blackmailing you or anything?
No, I'm sure. But I don't think it's because we were born in Argentina. I think it's the way our parents
Yeah.
like raised
Just like
us up.
family
Yeah,
dynamic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a younger brother too. It's like somewhere between Andres and DK, I would say. So like my brother's 2 years younger than I am. But like DK mentioned, like one is like more physical, like gifted. The
Yeah.
other is like more video game like attracted. So no, but I mean we always had like a good relationship. Like no, we fought many times.
That's the
We
best
actually
feeling.
fought. We also fought for fun. Not really like when you're bored and then you're like, what should I do? I just I gave it you do like stupid shit. And the next best person to like annoy is your brother. And then also we had a lot of topics like we had in common. We could talk about like video games and like I don't know like politics, news, anything. And Korea. We always argued whose Korea is better. And by now it's definitely me. But then usually it was his actually.
Oh, really?
but these things. And then he did an exchange year too in the US. Yeah, he copied me, so I make fun of him for that. And then I always was into sports. He never was, but he always tried to. So I made fun of him for that. But yeah, no, we never had a top-down position. It was always teasing each other back and forth. But I never got upset of is he.
Unfortunately, my own brother wears the pants, but it's the sibling thing. I'm the older brother, but it seems
Yeah, no,
like he
I
wears
was
the
thinking
pants
it sounded a bit reversed.
So you don't have like the Korean stereotypes with your brother, right?
Not at all. I still struggle with this in Korea. Yeah. Especially when you do a lot of sports, you stumble into these hierarchies, just, between guys and
Yeah,
between.
yeah, that's why like with me, it's hard to me to say 형 to someone or
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, do you get mad if you don't call them home?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we're foreigners, I have strong foreigner aura, I think, so they let it slip. But
Really?
I call them by their names.
yeah,
You have a foreigner.
Huh?
Well, looks like our dear friend Dante has a bit of an epiphany that he did not know.
no, but whenever I say Pyomo, I feel like I have a daddy complex.
Yeah.
And I really dude, I'm not subordinating myself to you.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
that's
But
why-
also, I don't get mad if someone younger than me doesn't call me 형 or
Yeah, not at all.
yeah. It's like
But Bianca, it looks like she's gonna explode.
Personality is basically how we do, so it doesn't matter
No.
much.
Yeah, Bianca, what do you think about what we just said about this?
It's good.
Are you sure?
I'm not trying to change.
It has zero enthusiasm.
Yeah, try it with more sincerity one more time, please. It doesn't sound like it's
I know if this takes you off in any way.
No, no,
Julia.
No, no, but you heard our position, but what is it, why you said when your sister calls you by your name or ya, then you get upset, but why does it bother you?
In social situations, "ya" is usually followed by "이 새끼야," so.
Yeah.
And also when she called Ya or Taeyeon, no Taeyeon, just only Ya, and this in the situation only we fight each other. So that's why I get mad a lot.
Ah, it's like a 발작 버튼.
So if I was I would call her brother "ya" or her name to piss her off.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's basically like a trigger button.
Yeah, so she usually calls you 언니, but
Yeah,
if she tries to
only
piss
in
you
that
off, then she
situation.
calls you ya.
Ah.
So you get-
So,
it makes me
so
mad.
do not. So basically, big red button called do not.
So she wants to pick a fight with you when she does that. She wants to pick a fight.
Not fight, but just
It devolves into a fight whenever she says that. nonetheless.
That's a constructive argument.
Okay.
we never fight physically, but just arguing with each
Yeah.
other.
verbally.
Oh, one thing that is interesting is how really good Koreans are at really hurling insults at each other. I've seen how
PC button is like this. The right word.
Exhibit A. My goodness. Exhibit A. You take one look at the text messages flying. What dimension? This has gone beyond the realms of communication. What dimension are they hurling insults at?
Yeah, okay, and you also did the Korean Army service, right? What about
Yeah.
that?
Oh my goodness. If the soldiers aren't bad enough, the amount of slurs the officers come up with just to get us moving, that's another thing entirely. Have to have a motivator, but vocabulary tends to extend by the time you leave.
Yeah, no, I
Except
heard
that-
that a lot. That you learn new curses when you go to the army.
My goodness.
Yeah.
No, that happened.
No, I remember my first time in PC Bang, I heard words, because it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, I loved it.
What do you mean, dude?
Nowadays, I just use emulators to play old console games, PlayStation 1, 2, 3 sort of stuff. I was a bit of an Overwatch player back in the day. Yes, I suppose. There was a college competition that
Did you ever play Call of Duty?
Well, I did play the Modern Warfare series.
Oh wow! The COD lobbies are insane.
You wouldn't want to know. I took one multiplayer match and I saw it and I said, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough slurs for one day. No, nay, a lifetime.
Your English and Russian vocabularies will increase while you're in the COD lobbies.
Yeah, there's a lot of Russian players out there.
They keep screaming "Scumman" at you every 5 seconds.
Let's not go into translating that. This is rated for all ages. This podcast is great for all ages.
All right.
If-
Yes.
So,
Anyways,
like-
I think like we are talking about like relationships. So gaming relationship is important. It's part of that too. Okay. But we talk about mostly about family. Then let's talk about like dating and friendships. Okay. So yeah.
But what I'm really impressed when I'm living in Spain, when I see my friends, I hug and kiss each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Korea,
We kiss them on the lips.
No, cheek.
That's the chicks thing.
You don't even kiss that on the cheek. It's like
Yeah, it's like
It's like corner of the lips touching cheek.
Corner of the lips.
No, it's like
Like
your
cheek
hug is
kiss,
like
like
rubbing,
cheek cut kiss.
cheek kiss, that sort of thing.
If I'm so familiar with each other, I kiss with on the cheek right away, but nobody just like, a little bit of But anyway, in Korea, we never hug, and
Yeah.
sometimes we just say, like without any facial expression,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it was very awkward when I come back to Korea again.
Yeah. No, for me it's the same thing. Like in Germany, if it's like between guys, you always do like some sort of handshake, and then like girls like hug too. But in Korea, like 안녕.
It's like really,
okay.
it's
like,
really just
yeah, it's
so.
so awkward.
Yeah.
It's
But
really
like
subtle.
guys, they also like kiss each other.
No,
I 진짜 몰라서. I was just
no,
curious.
guys like first of all, like they say guys handshake, girls like hug. Okay, so if the guy the person you're saying hello to is a guy, then you just do a handshake. But then if you're saying hello to a girl, you use like quick hug.
When I was younger, I used to greet my friends with something called a 등짝 smashi.
Did you just smack their backs really hard?
Well, you creep up on them from behind and then you and then
Yeah.
you smash your hand down on their back as hard as possible.
That's like
And then you
middle
run
school.
away.
Yeah.
You have to run
When we were
away.
trying.
Oh, I had a similar
Talking way of
experience.
saying
So like I stopped doing that when we all realized that perhaps we could land ourselves in the hospital if we kept doing this. So
Replace those back slaps with pies to the face, and you have my definition of hello. But even then, those were pranks.
pie like they're too expensive these days.
That's true, but still, they were delicious. Either way, back on topic. When it comes to relationships among my circle of friends, well, the circles I normally went with were all people who were like geeks or nerds in some way. Yeah, I was part of that lot. While I was a bit of a physical related, I also related to a lot of people who like read a lot of books. But even then, it's like all of my social interactions were like very minute. Even though there were no overt handshakes, kind of like Korea in a way, but mostly since we knew each other so well and we could like identify each other from like when there was a crowd of people across us, it's like minute, small nods, bit of a wink of an eye, so that sort of thing. It was very like constrained. There were no like overt shows of physical affection or something like that. I only did that around my parents, like to think of it.
Small nods and
Very-
winks.
Small nods, like kind of like small nods, or maybe like a twitch of an eye, like
It's like a poker game.
yeah, poker game. Yes, basically. We also did a lot of poker games too. I don't think of it.
Oh, I heard that the Germany has a lot of wing,
Wings.
Yeah,
Wings?
in Germany.
Like what do you mean like?
Yeah, you like to do like this one.
Yeah. I mean, they do more in Korea.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say it's like in general, like people in Europe do it. Like I saw like French people doing it, English people. But yeah,
Interesting.
How about small talking? Do you guys?
I
have small
know.
talk?
Yeah, German's terrible at small talk.
Ah.
You know, like if you have to like say it in Korean words, like Germans are like teeth. You know, like
MBTI.
MBA.
Ah,
It's like,
MBTI.
why are we talking?
Oh, really?
One for me. Like,
Also,
그러니까 does Korea have more small talks or?
No, like for example, in my hagwon, I teach English and I also try to teach like American culture a little bit, so I try to build up small talk. Hey, how are you? How's it going? Oh, great. That's like, I've made up extra class for like how to have like small talk, because especially some of the students have like Zoom meetings with the customers in the US, so I help them like, because you don't go over straight into business like conversation, you usually have like 5 minutes of small talk, so I help them with that, like just come up with conversations.
Koreans are absolutely terrible at
Yeah.
small talk.
Yeah.
Like they always like if you try to small talk like a man, they think you're a bit crazy.
Yeah.
If you try to small talk women, they think you're flirting with them. Like it's insane.
So it's basically
So
very
you have to
polarized.
explain the whole concept of what small talk is, and then they kind of understand what you're trying to say.
But they still reply with short answers that just cut off the line of dialogue.
And like you gotta exasperate it, and then.
No, I always wondered that when I went to like the cheokan for like jujitsu or judo, and then also like in other like hagwons where I went to like learning Korean, like until the class starts, they just sit there and they don't say anything. Maybe like the two friends who came who know each other, they talk, but everybody's like sitting there and staring at one another.
Are you coming here? Y'all are supposed to come in to have a bit of physical fun with one another.
Yeah, like I do. It's like this is not a workplace. You don't have to sit there until 9 a.m. and shit like this.
This is how.
You can like it's your free time. You can go up to anyone and talk and say whatever what you want.
It's not a matter of life and death, but nobody gets it.
You know, like
they all
if
treat it as like.
If it's like Monday morning in the elevator and you're like,
that I get.
like on a like Friday evening and like
Class.
yeah,
It's a
what
time.
you choose to do, then
But even then, when you're going, you need therapy or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
no, but like yeah, it's just a cultural like difference. You know, I'm not like for me it was like for me it's awkward or weird, but I know that Koreans or things like that, but yeah.
So I've also noticed that a lot of Korean conversations I've had, either with adults or basically every Korean person, there's always like a subtle break. No, there's like a point when there's a conversation goes on at first, which is pretty good, but there's like an abrupt stop.
감동.
갑분싸.
Yes.
감동사.
Because we really don't have any idea what to say.
Nobody. There's not in addition to that small talk we all just mentioned about. It's like nobody tries to like go on the topic a little bit. Everyone just stops. It's almost like a cue. All right, time's come. Let's go on our phones for a little bit. All right, next topic. Let's go on. I still can't understand that. They even have a name for it, like I just said.
And it just naturally happens because like we're kind of like 어색해 with each other.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
So that only happens like when they're not very friendly with you, and if they get friendly with you, then like that doesn't happen.
yeah,
I
but
see.
if you get close to each other, then if that break happens, then it doesn't really feel like a break. It's just like good.
쉬어가기.
Shiokagi, yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
just-
that's
energy goes like
yeah.
recharge.
So basically up down.
근데 다시 충전이 되면 이제.
Oh, so you recharge, go back to another
Yeah.
field topic, then back again. Oh, that's interesting.
Don't you feel awkward when the conversation doesn't flow?
I know I do. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Mostly like some of the breaks that were
That's that's silence, I suppose.
like normally like MBTI breaks.
Oh, yes. So you wait for him or her.
So you wait for the party mate to
Well,
go.
I do that work sometimes, but if there's someone like more talkative than me, then I just stay still, like
Yes.
kind of 귀찮아, so like.
Exhausting.
You gotta keep talking.
Someone's gotta keep it flowing. It's really more especially prevalent because I've done a lot of language exchanges, Korean English language exchanges, but it's really prevalent there. So like the English side, it's very, the awkwardness is even more prevalent because I clearly know the English side is trying to extend the conversation, but the Korean side is like, no. Not just no, it's like, are we supposed to, this is how we do. It's that sort of thing. And as one of the mediators, I try to get the conversation flowing with other miscellaneous topics. Maybe I bring up a personal joke or something like that. I have to keep the conversation flowing.
Yeah, no, I feel like Koreans think too complicated. I remember this I was preparing a student for a business meeting because their business partners were coming to Korea, and then she said, yeah, I don't know what to talk about, and then she said she wanted to talk about culture and history.
What?
And I was like, just ask them how their trip was. Or they did a heshik, ask how the heshik was, stuff like that. And then, or what do you like about Korea? Really simple, easy stuff, history.
Yeah, I think Koreans
Yeah.
think too much before talking.
That's true.
You're not doing it.
It becomes like Korean society, it's better to think and not say something than not think and say something.
Yeah.
I know because I do a lot of the not thinking and a lot of saying.
Yeah.
Zero percent zero.
No, but the reason for that I think is like this, like there's like social pressure. Like
Yeah.
you know, if you say like stupid shit, it's like, oh yeah. But in Korea, it's like, and you can feel the awkward silence, like, oh shit, I should have not said anything, you know?
It's really doubly so because we Koreans are known to have some pretty intense stares, like they stare into your soul.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Not to mention one more, if I were to add another thing. Well, hang on a second. What was it? I think I have I have a brief brain fart. Please continue on with other avenues. Like
I have a question for you, Alex. Actually.
Yeah.
Like you are dating a girl here in Korea,
Right.
and she's Korean,
Yeah.
like 100% Korean.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how would you like compare it to girls in Germany?
Like first of all, I have to say like I have never dated a girl in Germany.
Oh.
No, but I have been on dates in Germany, and I
Yeah.
listen to friends who are still in Germany. So I can somewhat like compare. And then Nia, like I said in the beginning, is like in Germany, is like a bit more like blunt, I would say.
Transparent.
Yeah, like direct. Korea's like you have to like think ahead.
They call it fishing. 낚시한다.
Like what?
Oh,
Because
right.
yeah, you have
Right.
to keep like casting the fishing rod until
Yeah.
it's very complicated.
There's also like a separate category called hunting. What's it?
Yeah.
It's a bit different from 낚시.
I get that's the point. It's so funny how it's really interesting how Korea does its relationships thing. It's almost like a hunter prey sort of thing. Not an equal relationship. It's like I like you, I'm gonna get you with the spear and the words that I found. It's kind of scary in retrospect.
Yeah, no, but like in terms of dating culture, like one clear difference I would say is like how we met is like pretty like natural. Like I met in a university, 연합 동아리. But like in Korea, you do like hunting or like meeting or meeting, right? But I wasn't like that. I met her like pretty naturally, I would say. Like for example, in many other countries, there's no hunting, meeting, and things like that really. That
They don't have sweet team or something like that.
yeah.
No, they don't set up meetings like
But
that.
do you have do you use like Tinder or something app?
But it's not for dating.
Yeah, Tinder is it's not.
It's not for dating.
Funny thing is, I have a few who actually managed to land dates using Tinder. I'm not sure how.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. So it works in some aspect. I'm just not sure that applies to. I'm not sure that applies to everybody, of course, but it works.
Yeah, no, but like in terms of relationship, like I would say many issues that you would typically have between like Korean foreigner relationship. I don't have because my girlfriend is pretty fluent in English. Me too.
True.
And then my Korean is not that bad anymore, so we get along. And then like she's older than me, but I never call her Nina. We call each other by the name, so that's also pretty like not Korean, I would say.
And I guess compared to the other country, Koreans tend to get into the relationship more faster than the others.
Korea is like they have like I think most of the males here will know what I'm talking about. But like in the USA, they talk about relationships as a baseball game. So you start at zero base, you go to first, second, third, and home. But in Korea, like sometimes you just go to home first, and then you like go back. Like it's a bit mess. Like it started in like the early 2000s and 2010s. So like there's something called the relationship cycle, and then it's called the physical relationship cycle. And so like in most countries, the relationship cycle and the physical cycle, they go hand in hand with each other. But in South Korea, like so for the physical cycle, like you're like whee like on a racetrack, and then for the normal like relationship cycle, it goes a bit slower. So I think that's why she thinks it's a lot faster because like the physical side is actually a lot faster than like if like there are studies that actually compare us to the USA, and like we're on average like 50% faster on going one cycle around the bases compared to the US for a physical relationship. But however, like 20% slower going around the entire actual relationship phase compared to the USA.
Yeah.
And also, I heard of the Edward, you know, Edward culture. Like I love you saying I love you after being into a relationship and six months after. Like
In Korea.
Right?
not in Korea. In Korea we just say after 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But comparing to to the US, especially,
Oh, yeah.
they
Yeah.
normally say the I love you.
Yeah, yeah, so,
Very, like-
it's like so like Asian countries they have like this kind of 고백 culture.
Mhm.
So like in the USA,
Ah, true.
Oh,
Yeah. So like who like confesses up first? That's
yeah, so like in the States, like let's say I'm in love with Hyunju here. So it's just natural, like it just progresses.
Yeah.
And then like after an extended period of time, like say 툭 던지는 걸로, you just like put it out there, and it's just normal. But in South, but in Korea, like you, because like it's you're a hunter and you have to spear the prey with whatever you have. So
I guess that was a good
so
viewpoint.
like even though like we're not in that deep of relationship, you just
Yeah.
go there and then you throw the literal spear
Right.
and like I like you, and then everything starts to
Yeah,
work
something
fast.
started.
Yeah,
Very
so
fast.
there's a pressure. I have to say same thing with you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just curious, and like, if you just like naturally progress, then how do you know if you like, how do you know if we are in a relationship or like,
At
Or
some
not.
point, it just
Like
becomes
it
clear.
kind of becomes
But kind of like an emotional instinctual sort of
Yeah,
thing.
like for example, like when you're with your friends, then suddenly you call her a girlfriend or something.
I mean, you just
Or like a friend asks, "Oh, where's your girlfriend?" And then like,
Okay, so I agree with what he
So
says.
okay, 그러니까 만약에 you're hanging out with your friends and then like you just called her, she's my girlfriend, and then like she, her facial expression is like.
yeah, but like it's obvious enough if you like just like like actually like developing that direction, or you like just seeing each other, you know.
So like even if you don't explicitly say you want to date, like the things that you do while you're together, like they correspond to what a normally dating couple would do. So like when you reach that phase, it's like, huh, I'm here, and that's it.
But maybe some people wouldn't like have that kind of sensor to like, maybe they could just like.
So you're implying that
So there's
Go
that.
ahead,
What?
that you said correspond, but maybe he thinks that he's corresponding with that woman, but that woman
In
might not
reality.
be
Like,
corresponding.
Oh, so friend zone.
so you're worried about misunderstanding.
So what if that happens? Like,
Yeah, no, sure, it can happen.
It can happen, but like it's like, what should I say? It's very obvious. Like later, it gets very obvious the later you go into the relationship.
But it's same, we have same thing. Like, like we,
What
am
if
I,
say-
like, I think I'm with something like some with her,
Yeah.
but she never thought about some with me. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of, I think same as.
Like some is like
very ambiguous.
having a crush on each other. Some.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, we never say like today is our first some day. Yeah, so some is literally started.
That's right.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
근데
Everything says
또 뭐,
Yeah.
그러면은 like people in Argentina or Germany or any other countries, like do they like text each other that often? Like
No, yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Koreans are a bit like obsessive with everything, like dating fast, counting every day you date, 100, 200, 300 days.
They have
Valentine's
anniversaries.
Day, February Day.
Here it was like 22, 33, 45.
Yes.
But I guess
Why?
Who's like with Latin
From a
America,
romantic
they
standpoint.
count every month, like you celebrate every month.
Oh, really?
No.
No?
oh sorry.
From a relationship standpoint, all those markings do seem, I guess, romantic. But if you look at it from like a macro scale, it's kind of like
Two ends celebrating like I don't know, like the first breadcrumb or something.
yes, in a sense, it's almost it's very meticulous, I would say.
Yeah.
Almost it's less celebrating, and it's like, oh, okay, check,
Yeah,
check,
yeah.
like a checklist. Or
But yeah, I don't think Koreans feel like this is how it would feel for me. Like it's something you have to do, but you're not sincere about it.
I guess I guess it is a very beautiful show of sincerity, though. I will admit, even if it seems a little too much.
Yeah.
And
Like,
how about
I got, like,
Argentina?
the-
I heard of that there's some stuff like Lego stuff too, which is I like you, and the te quiero is I love you, and te amo is I love you a lot, and they really say the words te amo when you say te amo to each other.
Yeah, I think it's more like the US and Germany. There's like a first period when you start dating, and you just date from that, like in that period. And then when you get along, and then you say, oh, maybe that's the girl I really like. Then they start like moving on, and then they say like te quiero or I love you and stuff. Yeah, I think it's.
So tell me the differences between Korean and girls and Argentina.
So tell us the difference, Andres. Tell us the difference.
Is there a difference?
Okay.
We're all very invested in this conversation.
So in Korea, it's more like faster. Everything moves.
No, that's a relationship.
No, the girls
She said
themselves.
All the girls.
No.
So like let's say
But you can
like
also talk about the relationship.
Argentinian Korean. Like, what's the difference between them?
No, just
What
just
differences
keep
are we
talking.
talking about?
Yeah. So
Just tell me what you're trying to say.
yeah, Korean
How-
relationships is like are faster. They say like I love you faster too, and everything is like I think it's faster because I used to date a girl like a Korean girl back in Argentina, and everything was like Koreanish, you know.
A world with romance. Alright.
We had to count every day, like you know, we had to do like the 100-day
Yeah.
like couple thing.
Yeah. What about jealousy? Was that an issue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like to be honest, I think Korean girls are more jealous.
Really?
Yeah, because compared to Argentina is like I think they're more like flexible.
Easygoing.
Yeah,
Confident,
easygoing, yeah.
too.
Confident, yes.
Like,
And there are like less fights because of that confidence, you know.
so you
So
sound like
yeah, in like Korean, like, for example, my ex-girlfriend,
Yeah. Oh no.
like she didn't want me to hang out with girl like friends that are girls. Like whenever I hang out with like for example my school friends that there are girls there, and she was like, no, you're not. Huh?
Like how do you do activities or how do you
No,
even go to
like-
school then?
Yeah, good question.
You're not laughing out.
Very good question.
I started dating when I was on my last high school year, so that was not actually a problem.
What's
But
up?
yeah, but I forgot what I was going to say.
It's alright if it brings up painful memories.
PTSD.
But yeah, I think that just like in general, I think Korean girls are more like
Obsessive.
more.
Yeah.
They have more obsessive.
Yeah.
Possessive.
Possessive too, yeah. And Argentinian are more like flexible, easygoing. Yeah, it's quite different.
And for me, comparing to Latinos and Latinos, how can I say Latinos in English?
Latin.
Latin boys.
Yeah.
Latin boys.
And Korean boys are normally very shy, and they're very like
They approach
and they express a lot. Like
Yeah.
we just express very simple things, but they express their own the thinking
Yeah.
very.
But
Oh,
do
yeah.
you also like? Do they mean everything they say?
Oh.
Like in Germany, that's like,
Yeah, I think it's 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
Those are good odds. Better those are good odds.
Like, if you see like some people like they have absolutely zero filter between here and here.
Exactly.
So like me, I just think, and if I think it just comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But there are people who have like the thought like it goes like everything,
Yeah. No,
and
I
then
know.
it comes out.
Very good at physical language because
No,
that's
yeah,
how
but
thought
like the
process.
first thing you explained, I would say I'm a bit similar to that, but you have to be careful with that if you're dating. Like you
Mm.
have to filter.
Yeah, you never know what they're thinking. It's very complicated.
It's kind of like I would equate it to something like a Rubik's cube, only that if you twist it around way, it explodes in your face. Really, it's like a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please take any words that come from me regarding relationships.
Yeah, but
or
anyway, we're talking about like foreign like kind of type relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but we have one Korean guy and 2 Korean girls here. So like, what are your thoughts? Like, can you introduce to like Korean dating culture, maybe a little bit like your perspective on Korean guys? Like you already started a little bit, and your like experience like Korean girls maybe.
For me, when I dated my ex-boyfriend, it was very, very boring because we go to
Very, very boring. Boring.
I pity the guy.
we go to the same restaurant and same cafe, the same movie theater, and
Oh.
that's all. And also his expression was not that touched my heart.
Okay, this time I'm pitying
Touch your
her.
heart.
This time I'm pitying the lady now. My goodness.
It was so super, so.
Yeah, no, I know it makes sense.
그냥 되게 단순한 남자.
Yeah.
Very simple guy.
Not interesting.
Yeah. Simple days. If you're watching this anonymous man, we apologize in advance.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
like men, like they kind of are very simple. So like, it's true like that.
Yeah, just say song and the toys.
Yeah, what's your opinion to this?
Maybe he's not boring though.
남자
Like,
단순하다. 단순하다.
I don't do that. I don't do like that.
I don't agree with that. Like,
I have girlfriend now, but we have really a lot of conversation and a lot of expression. I love you.
Yeah, it's
because
really
because
depends on
of
the person.
because of why.
Oh my god.
Still, y'all don't have to like clamp down on him like that. Goodness.
I mean, so like, what we just saw was a very good explanation of how communication in a relationship improves it, and we just saw how repetition can bring boredom to a relationship. So take as everything with relationships go with a very, very, very large grain of salt.
We apologize for any additional innuendos you
Yeah,
might
we
get from
have
this
we will do
conversation.
one big disclaimer at the end of the video. I was thinking that.
I don't think all Korean boys are like
Yeah.
단순해, but like they all have different personalities. Like for me, I dated one guy like for 4 years, and he
Wow.
was much more of a girl type of boy. So
So
he was really jealous and really,
What?
really sensitive. You know, like.
You don't know
So I
that.
learned how to filter all of my. Like, I was kind of similar to him. Like when I think something like.
it comes straight out.
Like learned, he was really sensitive, so he like really got 상처.
Oh,
Yeah,
He was
sensitive.
kind of an S person, and I was a P person, and he got so I think like and he was like much more like 여자 같았어.
Oh, so he's a bit of a sensitive man.
He was 되게 남자다운 면. He was very manly sometimes, but like.
But still, a bit very emotional.
He was kind of a 예체능 guy, so like I think that's the reason. Like
What is
he
the
had,
reason?
like
Arts and
Arts.
yeah, so I think that's the reason.
I want to say like jealous because I like jealous and I have a lot of jealous because I think jealous is a different word of love.
You know, like there's a very fine line between like jealousy and connection to like liking on another person and being possessive of them.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
very, it's like it's a
very
very
nice.
fine line.
In Korea, it's like there's like flame
Still
and there's
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, word from Dante's dictionary, people.
Of course, we have to we need line, but
Yeah, no, what you're saying makes perfect sense.
yeah.
It does make
It's
sense.
also an expression that I like you.
Yeah, I think so. So I like.
You think your relationship is healthy?
It's okay. Disclaimer to our audience, this has nothing to do with.
I like this kind of conversation.
It looks like, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I think because we are both happy. And, yeah.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe only me.
Second disclaimer to all our viewers watching: this is not a way to demean everyone who's still looking for a relationship. This is us simply expressing our views and helping elucidate views.
Like I said, let's do a big disclaimer again.
If there's too much jealousy, then it can be really tired. But like, if there's no jealousy, then like you just
Yeah.
like you could consider
You don't
like,
care.
does he even like me? Or something?
Yeah, like you could think like if they're not like if they don't have any possessiveness or any jealousy at all, like that's also probably because like they're just indifferent to you. Like you're just like 소품 A. 그러니까 지나가던 시민 일. And like that's not a very good.
What is 중용 in like English?
Oh, it's really.
What does 중용 mean?
Yeah.
중용
Tolerance.
tolerance.
You know, 극단.
Polar.
Polar, like the ends,
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah, you just have to like keep.
Yeah, keep things within reasonable boundaries.
Oh, great.
And there is that moment of silence we've all been waiting for.
Yay!
And how do you think of the other? Sorry.
Now we put our on the spot.
Okay,
Now
in
let's-
Korea, the open relationship is not common, but how about the other countries?
You mean open relationship?
Well,
Global?
like, so I think that corresponds less to the country than the individual leanings of the persons
Yeah.
involved in said relationship. Like, I'm not going to go into detail because it would be too salacious, but like there are certain people who enjoy the thrill of an open relationship, as they say. And like these people exist in any country, in any continent, and it's just the difference about how openly they can do this without being criticized. And since like the USA is a bastion of freedom and individualism, it's much more accepted. Like it's not accepted as in I'm okay with that. It's accepted like you're crazy, but I'll let you do what you want. In Korea, it's you're crazy. I'm not going to let you do what you want. Like that's the only difference between how we view open
Yeah, I
relationships.
think it's like, Dante has a good point, like, we broke down very strongly on like nation, but it's not that more than like which country you're from. It's actually like the single like individual person, like just like Dante said. Some people like in Germany, they're like very open to like open relationship because they're not so conservative and they like can't handle it. Some people they cannot handle it. They will go crazy or something like that. No, that's not like something I would say. Like you can say that's because of country. Okay, so yeah, we threw many things in the pot right now. I would say. Okay, so
a lot.
maybe like let's try to like organize it a little bit. Okay, because I think many things we said are true in a certain way. And like I said, it's like stereotypes have their like true root somewhere. They don't just come from anywhere. But yeah, I just think more than the country you're from or your age or your gender, whatever, it's like just your personal like experience and everything that influences you and your preferences. Yeah, that's what I would say.
You have no objections from me. It's I suppose when it comes to relationship-wise, it's less. I suppose the values of how a country runs does have its influence, but it's mostly dependent on how the individual does.
Yeah.
Korea. Well, we've discussed Korea the most so far, and it's got its own quirks. But a lot of our countries like Argentina, U.S., and also Germany have their own little quirks as well. But overall, though, I think it's a unified like opinion that if it comes to relationships, it mostly depends on how we want ourselves, how we want others to treat us as how we would treat them. I suppose. Are we all agreed on this?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
And then many things we shared, like we are contrasting everything to Korea.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why like Korea is like
The main focus.
yeah, stuck out a little bit. It wasn't that we like pushing down or anything or criticizing. It's just like the cultural difference that we experience because we all have like the same experience, but like the contrasting background we have is a little bit different. But some things are in the end the same. So that's why I would say the conversation developed in the direction. Okay, and then does anybody else have something to add?
Not much.
Okay.
Nobody looking for prospective relationships, are they?
No, okay. Yeah, I think we can wrap it here today, and then DK.
Of course. This as of now, thanks. I hope you enjoy listening to our podcast as this marks the end of this particular episode. I hope you learned a few things about how relationships work, and if you are, of course, a prospective lady or man actually trying to get hitched in some way, please do not take this podcast as reference. This is only a comparison, not a tutorial. This is only a comparison between country views, not a tutorial. So please, just listen to this and do not take any advice held with a grain of salt. And I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. No,
Why?
Also remember to like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube.
Right.
Like